Hello guys, this is Paula. Welcome back to my channel. I am starting a new Christmas little golden book today. Yesterday actually I took it apart and put the new spine and fabric and trim on it. And then this morning I did the paper. So I'm just going to show you real quick. It's called the Santa's, or it's Santa's Toy Shop. And I really had to clean this book up. It will end up with corner covers because it was a loved book. This is the spine. I don't know if you can guess. And then this is the glittery rickrack. That looks really cute with this print. And so I'm going to set this. I don't have the book put together yet because I'm still needing to ink. Okay, this is beautiful. You're not going to believe how beautiful this is. Is that not beautiful? This is the red and black check paper that really was in style last year and has come back this year. And my husband got this card in the mail just as an advertisement last year, and he brought it to me because he knew I love the red trucks with the Christmas tree. So this is the front of Signature 1. And then of course I'm going to lay this down, maybe you can see better. The black and red. And I'm going to flip through the stuff that's not the patterns, because we'll see that during the flip through. This was definitely a loved book. I've actually got 2 of them, and I'm trying to get just to the papers so you can see there's a black stripe. I had to throw some black in there. I mean, really. Woohoo! And then the cars, my favorite page. Let me get over here. I guess, and then the second half shows the same papers. So then, this is the front of the second signature, because this book is about Santa. We're just going to let the snowman hang out. And we've got the green and white check. And again, I'm skipping to just the paper. I don't want you to see everything yet. I've got a red plaid. I want you to have something to look forward to in the flip. And there's the center. I love that sweater look. There's one more, I think. Right there. Okay. So that is our signatures. It's going to be 2 signatures. It's a 2-inch spine. And it's to document your Christmas this year. Now, I am just going to create today. And I just wanted to invite you to come along and create with me. I don't have a huge plan. I kind of do, but I don't. I kind of had an idea of a couple things I could do. So we'll go for an hour and see what happens. So this is a file folder that I cut down. We'll just start with it. No idea what I'm going to do with it, guys. But it's long. It was a regular size file folder, but I want to make it kind of a medium or small file folder. I don't think it will fold nicely, so I don't want to do that. I thought about cutting it and stitching across the bottom, which I may do. I mean, I can turn my machine on in 5 seconds and stitch through there before you even know it. So I had also thought about putting another layer inside here, kind of like a file. I'm sorry, Sadie has decided she wants to dig on the tile. I hope that's not annoying to you guys. So let's just cut it and see. Sadie, no. I'm sorry. I'm telling you, I have a toddler. The vet said that she was ready to be spayed in December, the first part of December, and I was like, are you kidding me? Her? She's still so puppy. Okay, so we don't want to make it too big because, you know, the book is only so big. And I think that height will be good, which is basically 5 inches. Okay, I turned it this way so you guys could see it better. Okay, now I'm going to stitch it super fast. Hold on. Won't take me but 1 minute. All I gotta do is put it on zigzag. You can listen to Sadie, that's such a great thing to do. She doesn't care. Okay. Okay, I've got the bottom stitched. I'm going to do one thing I think you'll like. I'm going to stitch across the tab on the top. And just to give it a little texture, I'm going to get this set up where my sewing machine is close by me. I just haven't been able to do it yet. Sorry, guys. And since we're doing that tab, we might as well do the second tab, right? And then we'll be done with the stitching portion. I love using manila folders on different things. I don't know about you guys, but I do. There we go. What do you think? Of course, I haven't trimmed it or anything, but I'll worry about that. I need to tie it off. I don't like my zigzag to unravel, you know. So I'll show you on one what I do. I just separate it, and you know, I have that 10% that doesn't want to do tiny little things. So this takes me longer than the average bear. But you just grab it, and sometimes it already has one knot in it, and I just tie 2 and go along. Okay. I really hate the way it looks when you tie knots in them, but there's not much of a way to get away from that, you know. It's just kind of, I've looked and looked in my sewing machine manual, and I know that a Brother sewing machine should backstitch with a zigzag, but honestly, even if it did, think of how it would look. I've done it before on my old machine. My husband got me this machine for, I think it was Mother's Day or something, this new machine, and I love it. So I'm just going to tie these off real fast, guys, because I think they'll get in our way. I should have stitched this ahead of time, but I wanted you to see the process, even though you didn't get to see me stitch. I think you heard me. I hope you guys are having a good day today. I've had a day, you know, with Sadie not wanting me to do anything. But what else is new? My poor husband, when he gets home at night, I'll be like, I gotta go do this or that, because Sadie was the boss today. And she very often is. I tell you, she's a bossy little thing. It doesn't matter that she weighs less than 3 pounds, or, you know, less than 3.5 pounds now. She will, you tell her no, and she just tells you no right back. It's like, If she could only speak, I can't even imagine what would come out of her mouth. But I told my husband too, I don't think any of our kids are really this defiant, you know. I said, I don't remember it. But anyway, we both love her, but at the same time, she makes us both crazy. Okay, I'm not going to tie those. And of course, we would need to ink it, but at this moment, I'm not going to ink it because I figure we can get away with not doing that right now. So I'm trying to decide. I want to put some paper inside. Maybe we'll put some plaid. I've got a piece of plaid over here. Put some paper inside, just like the size of the folder, just to kind of give it a little bit of something, something. Don't ask me what that is, because I don't know. I'm going to flip it over so that we can see our cut line. All right. Make sure I've got you in camera. And I'm just going to leave like 1/4 of an inch around each side. And on the lower part, I'm not going to, I don't want the stitching to be, I'm thinking, oh, this is for the back. Okay, I was like, what am I doing? I don't need this one over here. Just need this one and this one. Okay. We'll just cut that, and we can match behind there and see what it looks like. We may or may not like it, but that's okay. Now I know I marked this somewhere. There it is. I just changed my blade today, and I still think, I don't know. I just don't think they're making blades like they used to, guys. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you find that your blades do not last? I don't know where my other mark is. It's not on this side. Well, good grief. Let me measure it again. I'm sorry, guys. I know I marked it twice. Okay, so it's this way. And let's see. I'll make sure this time that it gets marked right there. Okay. Now, it doesn't help that I have these big lights in it. You know, when you have lights on, it kind of distorts everything. As far as, like, you know, when I'm watching the video and I'm thinking you guys can't see it, which, you know, really isn't true, because it looks fine whenever I go back to watch a part of it. Okay, so I'm thinking that we'll round 2 corners. And I want the plaid portion up at the top. And I probably will not bring it all the way down. Because, I don't know, I just think, you know, it's kind of a waste of paper, and I didn't cut it. I'm probably a little short on that. Maybe like this. Now, let me move this crazy thing. Do you ever just feel like you have no room at all to do anything in your craft room? I mean, my room has gotten twice as big as what I had before. And I still am looking for space. When you do junk journaling, I'll just tell you, you have to have space to put all the junk. I know that makes a whole lot of sense, huh? I'm going to ink around the part you can see on this because, well, and actually, if you think about it, you'll be able to see. If we leave it open, we'll be able to see. I'm just going to get the white edges. If we don't stitch up one side or glue up one side of the folder, now see, this doesn't bend. I don't have it scored where it can bend. I could decide to do that if I wanted to, but I'm not going to do that. I think I just want it to be, I just want it to look like it's got some different Christmas things hanging out of it. And so basically it's going to be an embellishment, but we can also make it a pocket from behind. And that's sort of what I had in mind. And we could also make it a pocket on the side if we wanted to. But I think just on the top is going to be plenty, because I don't think overloading your book, it's already, you know, I always do a 2-inch spine because I'm telling you, this glue haunts me at night. It just scooted right over there, or I scooted it right over there, and it touched my file folder. It needs to stay away. It's like it follows me around to drive me nuts. I know I'm not the only one that feels that way. It's kind of like you have a love-hate relationship with it. Someone else said that the other day. I can't remember who it was, but man, was that the truth. Okay, and this is a brand new bottle, so maybe we'll have better luck with it than most bottles. I'm going to turn it sideways so I can slide it in here better. Okay, and just scoot it down a little bit. Scoot it over. All right, so there we go. It's looking pretty good so far, huh? So on the front, what do we think about the front? You know, I kind of thought that I wanted to put like a deer or something on the front. This is a Santa book, but I love these little deer. I don't even know where I got. Oh, it was in a kit, one of those little cheap kits at Hobby Lobby. You know which ones I'm talking about. It was in one of those, and I just, you know, this is a Santa book, but I like the thought of putting some deer stuff in here too. Now see, that doesn't look right with both of them. So this was a Santa that was in the kit. Maybe that would look better once we ink it up. I mean, he's an okay Santa. But I think we need to put something under here, like music sheet or something. Let me grab some. Just because it'll look too flat. It'll look like it's just too flat, in my opinion. Okay, so let's... Do I want to use my tear tool? It'll probably go a lot faster if I do. Let's do that. I've got it right here. If I just only had about 20 more foot. Okay. Now, I like to start all the way over on one side. And if you're wondering where the tear tool came from, I got this at Creative Memories, and they do sell them. I actually was online just looking at their stuff because I got an email. Because I used to sell it, and so I guess they were going to try to convince me to sell it again. Not happening. But anyway, I happened to see them. I didn't notice the price, but they have their cool corner rounders, which I need to get a new one. Just haven't done it yet. Okay. This thing is awesome though. And do you know, until I started doing junk journals, I didn't use it that much. When I first got it, I would use it, but really, honestly, it was not until I started doing journals that I pulled it out and used it that much. I had forgot about it, and I saw Tracy Fox using hers, and I'm like, I have one of those. I need to get that out and use it. So that's what's good about these videos, because people, you know, are using things that we once used or something we might want to use, and that makes it kind of fun. All right, so we're gonna ink the items as we put them on to the embellishment, or we're gonna embellish the embellishment, or something like that. And I am gonna kind of work it in a little bit around the corners, because I just think it would look better. It'd be great if they would have printed this music sheet on more inkable paper, more of a mixed media paper back in the day. Okay, so I'm just going to mat it on there, basically, is what I'm doing. I'm not going to worry about getting in every nook and cranny, because this is going to be glued into the book, so it's not going to be slid down into a pocket. And I kind of like the way the music, if you let it kind of flip up on the ends, it gives it depth, and I like that. Or it makes it a little bit on the 3D side, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay, I had thought that a title would even be nice on here, like Merry Christmas or whatever. And I even a cooler Santa, because I mean, not that he's not cool, but he goes with the kit, so the color's kind of, well, it's not really a kit, it's a paper pad. But I think I'm just going to stick with him because he has stuck with the kit. Ha. Okay. And again, I'm just kind of going to smooth it around. And I'm going to put this on the left. And now we got to try to see if we can put a little bit of ink on Mama and Baby Deer here. I don't know about you, but I love the red and black check. But everywhere I looked, all they did was last year was have the pajama pants in flannel, and I can't wear flannel pants. They're just too hot for me. And they're not as stretchy and sleepy like, you know. It just feels better to be able to have some room to breathe when you're sleeping. Okay, so I'm thinking like that, and we may still be able to put something here that says something. Or we could put, instead of that, we could put, oh, I've got another idea. I have to look at my words and see what words I have. I will sometimes just sit down and type some words on my computer and print them out. But I was frustrated the other day because I couldn't get the typewriter font, and it wouldn't come up. I know I've had it before, but so I went out to try to get it and bring it in, and every place I found it wanted me to sign up, and you know how that is. You sign up and then you get emails for the rest of your life. And I'm like, ugh. So Rick wasn't home, my techie guy. I'll wait and let him see if he can go out and find something that, or find ours that I feel like we had. Maybe it was with my old computer. I don't know, but I've had this computer for about maybe a year. I don't like it. Just if you're looking for one, don't get an HP. I didn't like mine. I've had nothing but trouble with it. Half the time it knocks me off and says it's not responding, and I don't know, but it slows me down. Okay, let me straighten this little deer. I think he's a little crooked before it dries. When you're not right over it, you know how that is. You can't tell if it's straight or not. I think that's good enough, but let's get my words. I got them right here with this whole pile of everything else in the world. So, and this was the biggest font I could get to print. So let's see. I've got, these words are all mixed up, which was, I should have thought about. I was just sitting there typing words that, and when I think of them, I'd type them. Happy holidays would work. Joy, ho, 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 Santa, stockings. I know there's more on the other pages too. I'm looking really fast here. I'm just kind of, I think at the end I added some more. White Christmas, no thank you. I love the movie. I just don't like it when it snows on Christmas. Okay, so we're gonna go with Santa and ho ho ho, just because we don't have any others. I need to get on my computer, obviously, and print some more. I'll try to keep this from moving all around. But these are, I'll tell you, if you're gonna do this, do it on cardstock. I was just, you know, it had been a long time, and our printer's clear in the other room, and I had stuff all over my lap, and I was like, oh, I'll just print it on. I can always put it onto cardstock, but I didn't. You know, then you have to get up and do that, so that's not fun either. So we'll just do Santa and ho ho ho. This can be Santa's file. I haven't been able to find, I guess I'm going to have to go online. I've got glue sticking out all over my fingers, guys. I'm sorry. Everywhere I go, I feel like, even when I wash my hands, it's just like glue everywhere. Try ink in this little tiny thing. I was going to tell you something and I forgot. I got distracted by the glue. It'll come back to me. Okay. Oh, I know. Tim Holtz, his holiday, you know, where he has all the different holidays in it. His Chit Chat that always has holidays. I really wished. I don't want that just... that does look cute on the zigzag though. I'm just going to stick it right down on the zigzag. I was going to put something under it, but I kind of like the way that looks with the zigzag background. Okay. And I'm just going to center it the best I can, if it will let go of my fingers. And I didn't even worry about printing it perfect, because, I mean, cutting it out perfect, because that wonky look I like. Okay, we'll just do ho 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 above the Santa. I brought it up a little bit from the zigzag just because I didn't want them to touch. Okay, so I'm thinking, I'm sorry. I have some little circles that I just dropped on the floor. Let me grab it. It's right here. I don't know if you've ever seen these. I think it's epoxy, or I don't even have my bag. I couldn't tell you what it is. Yeah, it's epoxy stickers. And I don't know if you can see them or not. And I was at Hobby Lobby, and I've had those forever, and I have never used them. And Hobby Lobby had these little circle, just little cheap circle images. And I decided that I wanted to come home and put epoxy on them. So all you do is cut around them, you know, as much as you can, cut around them. Here's the ones I did. I did 2 different Santas and the little car. Now I'm not going to do a tutorial on that because I think that's pretty simple, but I think I'm going to put the little car one right here. They do have sticky on the back, but for some reason the little car one doesn't. I don't know what I might have done to it or maybe I didn't get the sticky off, you know, when I was cutting it out. I don't know, but I'm just going to stick it down. That works as well too, right? So if you have any of these little epoxy circles and you've not used them either, go to Hobby Lobby, you know, while their Christmas stuff's on sale, which will be the rest of the year, and get you some. I mean, I've never used them, but it was fun. And you could, now that I've used this one, who knows, I may use them for different things. Okay, so we've got our file folder made. The next thing we need to do is, let me look, I'm thinking maybe some tags or journaling cards, or I've got stuff laying around that we might be able to do together. I didn't even think about being able to get into my box. So let me scoot some of this over so that we can still have it ready. Okay, so I'm thinking we can put some tags in here. Now, that little kit I told you about had some already made tags. But see, I don't want something that is matchy-matchy. Although that green one's cute. Let me get some of my ink-stained ones here. I've got every size you can imagine. Let's see what size. We probably need bigger ones. Not the biggest, but, and maybe some different shapes. Like here's one. We might have to cut it a little bit. And I know that I have a new punch we can use on that. And now let me get I don't want the giant one, but we'll just get this one. Now, although they're not beautiful colors, I'm going to show you the punch I got at, I believe I ordered it on Amazon. Yes, I did. I ordered it on Amazon. And it's just called the Punch Bunch. And so it will give you these two different corners. And it will punch a regular hoe and it will punch this oval-like hoe. Well, all of these have holes in them, but let's just try this one and see if it will punch a regular hoe. If not, we'll flip it. And you just punch straight down. Yeah, it did, but I'm going to flip. Whoa, that's some rust now. I'm going to flip it and then we'll just trim it off. Can't waste anything. Okay. Now, if we want to put one of these edges on there, you just slide it in. What I like about it is you can do it with any size. And then you just flip it over here to do the other side. I'll flip it over here, I guess. You can tell I haven't had it that long. So you can pick whichever you want, and I like that. I like it a lot. I mean, I've been using it. I'm going to trim this boo-boo off here. It didn't take up a lot of space. But I also got my small trimmer at Creative Memories. And I did get it since they've been back, because my old one was old. Okay, so I think what we'll do is just give it a little bit of ink. And trying to think of something that's not going to be super time consuming, but will look good. So we can do more than one thing today. We could put some music sheet on here. And then, let's see. I'm sorry guys, I'm thinking. I'm thinking, I told you I didn't have anything planned, that this is all off the top of my head. I've got these different cute little sticker things too. And the reason I purchased stuff like this was because when you're making a lot, oh, I've got a bunch of vintage Santas that I wanted to make tags out of because they came out of old vintage books. And I just thought, look at this one. Isn't he cool? And there's like 3 different sizes. I just thought, well, I might use those for something, and I think I'm going to use this small one. And this is like the patterns, but I thought those were cute too, so yes, I printed those off. And I went into a children's vintage book where they've made crafts. There's Santa. Here he is too. But I love putting stuff like this in my books because it's real. And this is the time of year we document our Christmas. And this is cute. Look, it's a box, a shoe box with a bunch of stuff. And I love this. I'm going to do this as a journaling card. Ho, ho, ho. Wonder if he would fit in here somewhere if we put him on. He would. That would be cute. And then maybe stick another tag over here. Let's just see. We'll just see. Okay, so let's put this Santa here. And I'll set these Santas aside for, and trust me, I will use the Santas. All right, so it didn't cut out perfect, but I'm just going to fussy cut it real fast. And now this fussy cutting, don't judge me, ladies, might not be perfect. I'm going to try, though. Mostly because the way they were fitted on the paper, you couldn't cut a square around them. And I just thought, I don't think I'll like that. So I just decided I would fussy cut them. The key to fussy cutting, I'm saying this like I do it every time, is to just turn your paper. And every now and then I go ahead and cut the bulk off because I can't handle it if it's hanging on there. I don't like it. There we go. Okay, now gonna definitely want to ink around him. He kind of looks like a gnome, doesn't he? A little bit. Maybe it's the way the way he's shaped. I don't know if I like that. I liked it better when it had something under it, so let's put something under it. Let's like wool mat, and plus I put a little bit too much. Do we want to put, paper or music sheet or fabric, or let's see what I got over here. I know I've got some fabric. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, that goes with I already cut that out for the book. Wrong one, sorry. We have some, I don't know if I thought I put the stuff I cut for the book away so that I wouldn't accidentally use it. I'll throw it over there. It will be good. So when I was in the store, I asked the lady because I felt like the checks weren't straight on the fabric, and she said that was the way it was printed. I'm like thinking in my head, I think they just did a crappy job, is what I think. But I was able to line it up on the book and make it look good. And I was determined to use it. I would have torn that. It's just the other side was so perfect. Let's see, where'd our Santa go? There he is. See, I still don't like him. I think I would prefer one of the darker Santas. And he may not end up on here at all. We'll just have to see. Maybe I would like that little guy better. I just think that one looks like a gnome, don't you guys? He just looks weird. Okay. This guy does too, though, doesn't he? Yeah, he looks strange too. So, I've got more Santas. Look, I've got some Santas that I can just put on. I went through my Santa stash. Listen, when this year's over, I'll have to restock all my Christmas. Because I have, over the years, you know, scrapbooking, the grandkids have had a lot of Santas in my time. And I've realized recently, boy, my Christmas stuff is getting low compared to what it was. Okay, come out of there, Fabri-Tac. Now, because this is fabric, I don't know, it's up to you, but if you put it in the corners, it won't snag on things as bad. But this is a folder, so I don't think there'll be a problem with that happening anyway. Just use your own judgment on that. I don't have a big tip cut off on this because I didn't want it coming out super fast for embellishments, so it takes a little bit longer to. So I'm going to start at the bottom and just kind of, well, I say I am. Let me start at the top and bottom. That way we don't have it I should have had this planned out, but it's not as much fun when you plan everything out and then you sit down to do it and it's just like, okay, that was planned. I kind of like to work where, you know, it just happens. Now I'm going to tear just a little bit of this. I'm telling you, I have no room. You guys wouldn't believe it. Okay, I'm going to tear a little bit of this. Let's see. Just to put under the Santa himself. Because I feel like it needs it. It needs something right behind him. I'm into the whole layering thing. I like to put stuff under things. Okay, is that up or down? Up, there we go. We had it upside down. I thought it looked weird. Let's put this on here. Okay. And I'm just going to put it here on the top. And I'm just going to pick one of these Santas. Let's see which one has his nose on straight and all that jazz. I think they're all pretty much the same. And I'm going to glue him down. Now, as far as, I may just put twine on there, on the tag, because I just feel like at Christmas, you know, twine is, I like twine at Christmas. There we go. Nothing fancy, but it doesn't have to be fancy. I mean, you know, it's just a tag for the month of December. Now, when you look back, you're gonna like what you look at, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm thinking I have some of this. I'm going to slide this right through there. See, it's the perfect fit. It's just some fabric that I had left over from my, I lined my fabric before I put it onto my books. And I had some good sized strips left. And so I thought, I think I'll keep those. Because I like to pull them up straight. I'll show you. And put them onto the tag. And I just pull them straight up. Not a whole lot. And then I bend it, kind of bend it right here. So it, and a lot of times I will cut it off afterwards. But keep it straight and then just come in here and try to keep your stapler straight. Let's see you do that. That's not as easy. And that's all right. Whoops. You can leave it straight or you can do an angle on it, which that's what I'm going to do. So we'll stick him in the file folder. Let me see how many minutes we've got. Oh my gosh, we're at 45 minutes, guys. I may have to do the other part of these things in another video. Finish this one and then do that. And okay, we are going to put this on some paper though before we go anywhere. I just gotta find it. I had it here a second ago. It's under all my junk, guys. Oh, hello, it's right in front of me. I think I'm going to use some that's lighter. I feel like if I use something lighter, let's see first, though. No, we need something to pop. Let's try, here's some Santa paper, or we can try the red. We'll see which one looks the best. It's going to be the red. Okay, let's ink this real fast. And this is a vintage cross-stitch pattern is what it is. And it came out of, what was the name of that old book? Better Homes, maybe? One of those, what is the books that, I just looked at it this morning. You'd think I could remember it. Nope, not me. Anyway, it's the hardback, Southern Living. That's it. I used to get Southern Living, and I'm sure I sold a whole bunch of really good books in the garage sales back in the day. I think I have a couple. I need to go dig them out and see. And then you go to the vintage malls or estate sales and pay $5, $10 for them. Okay. I was going to round the corners, but I have decided not to. I think it will look better without rounding the corners. And I'm not going to use my paper trimmer. I'm just going to eyeball it. I never trust myself to do that like I should. Well, mostly because I feel like I can never get it exactly perfect and it drives me crazy. But I'm getting better at being a junkie. So, that's good, huh? All right. So, this is going to be a journaling card. I'm going to add coffee stain paper to the back of this. I'm not going to do it now because of time. But, just so you know. Okay. Because they've got to be able to journal on the back. Let's see, how do we want to do this? Either way you do it, it's going to, maybe we'll put the ho-ho, I don't know. Any way you do it, it's going to be okay. Now, I'm thinking we might have time of doing like this tag in the back. And we'll use some green on it. Let me grab the green. And I'm thinking we can make it look like, we can give it a pocket. Let's find some green that we like. This is the plaid book that I got at Hobby Lobby 5 years ago. They still sell it. And I just loved it, but never had anything I could use it on. You know, I'm going to grab this green right here. Not that green, the other green. That's the thing about these. You have to go. There it is. Is that the last one? I'm going to use the other green. The reason is because I need to save that for something else. Okay. Green is green, I guess. Okay. Now, I think what we'll do is mat this. Not like a picture mat, but just like put the paper on here. And I'm just going to use the tear tool because I think it will look better doing that. Let's go from this side. And then we can ink it after that. Let's see. Let's make sure we're not too big. Let's go back a little bit. My hands are so weak that I could hardly pull that, guys. I am a sissy. Okay. Not really. It's 5 surgeries, but it just cracks me up. Don't ask me why. I don't even know. Okay. Let's see where we need to tear right there. Okay. Now, there we go. And of course, we've got to ink it. I'm trying to think of what I want to put on here. I think Merry Christmas would be a good thing to put on here if it's not too big. I've got this Merry Christmas that's kind of in glitter, but also I've got to think about whether or not it will be too, if it will be too bulky in the book, because we've already got some bulk going on. But that is why I did a 2-inch spine for 2 signatures, is so that it would allow some bulkiness. Because it's Christmas. You're going to have Christmas goodies in there, you know. Okay. All right, there's the ink. It's done. Now we're going to glue this on. I know that I want that, so I'm going to get that glued on. I'm going to tell my husband, okay, I went over an hour. He's going to go, what could you have possibly done in an hour? Well, I didn't get everything done that I wanted to get done, I'll tell you that much. It seems like the time just goes. I don't know about you guys, but when I watch a video, I feel the same way. It's just like, okay, that's already over, and I want to see it again, you know? And listen, I've been known to play videos back, especially if I think I've missed something, or if there's nothing fun to watch out there, you know. This is the ones I was talking about, and they're too big. So, let me look at my other ones and see what I have. I have a Joy to the World. And I have a wreath that's pretty flat. Which is really, you know, I really want it to not be overly big. So, let's just do the, I'm still kind of looking in my, you should see this box, you guys. Oh my word. Yeah, I'm not happy with any of those. So, how about the trees? Let's do the trees. Even though we've already done our tree book, that's okay. You know, I think I have another one, a different tree book. Maybe I should save that and then go ahead and put the Joy to the World like my first thought was. I am, because I like the Joy to the World. Okay. When I'm done, I just am tossing stuff so I can hurry and not keep you guys forever. So you should see my table. Okay. I like tags that are simple. And I know I've said that to you before, but the reason is I just think, I just got a little bit of glue down below it. I just think that when you tuck them in, if you don't have a whole lot of stuff in the bottom and just kind of keep everything to the top, they tuck better and all of that, you know. I like that part about it. Now, on this one, we need something red again, so maybe we'll do the same thing. Although we don't have a square hole, we'll just use twine. Let me grab the twine because it's right over here. Here's the red and the green. So we'll just do some green and red together. How's that? Since basically that's what Christmas is all about. Okay. When I'm done, I'm going to have to clean up just to know what I've got in front of me here. If we would have had time to do a second project, I don't know if we could have found what I had in mind. Okay, now I'm just going to tie this one. Let me set it down so you can see. I'm just going to tie it into a knot, or just tie it once, I guess is what I'm saying. And then pull it up straight like this and wrap it around my finger and make another knot. This is kind of how they do them in post offices and business places, I guess. And you know it's not going to come off if I can get it to all come through. Well, that didn't work like I wanted it to. The problem is I had one that was a lot shorter than the others. There we go. We'll just cut that little baby off. It's going to cause problems. It can be out of here. Okay. There we go. Then I usually trim the top off so it looks better. Oh, my sinus. Obviously not dry. Or my name title. Okay, so we will attach this. The reason I wanted it on a big one was because we will attach this to the book on each side. Now this will fall out, so I may end up, we can't even see our zigzag back there, but I may end up sewing the sides. I'll just have to see. I'll have to see how it ends up looking. I hope you guys had fun today. We're right at 57 minutes, so see, we didn't do an hour. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd love for you to. And if you have, thank you. And when I reach 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to give a giveaway. Not sure what I'm going to give yet. I've been thinking, and I haven't decided. So, if you go real fast at subscribing, I'll have to work and think a lot faster. That's not easy for me. All right, guys. I will see you next time. Have a good day. Bye.